developments today from the Middle East, including one from the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem. But first, Israel has announced a, quote, broad and significant military operation. It is important to note that this happened in the West Bank, and the ceasefire only applies to the Gaza Strip. And this comes as Israel's top general steps down. Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi announced his resignation today, citing security failures tied to Hamas's October 7th attack. Halevi is the most senior Israeli figure to resign over the attacks. And joining us now to talk about this issue is EWTN's Alberto Fernandez. Alberto, always great to be with you. First, I want to ask you about the military operation in the West Bank. Even if the ceasefire deal, if it only applies in Gaza, it really is still a delicate balancing act. What's to keep Hamas from relaunching hostilities?
Well, what's going on the West Bank is interesting. It's a kind of a three-part war. It's not only Hamas versus Israel, it's also Palestinian fighters versus Israel, and Hamas fighting other Palestinian fighters. So there's a kind of civil war going on in the West Bank as well. Obviously, there are high-value targets on the West Bank that Israel wants to take out, and there are people launching attacks from the West Bank. So far, people have been able to keep the two Gaza and West Bank separated, but there are many of the same problems, many of the same issues are going on, with the exception of that there's this civil war going on inside the Palestinian territory.
Yeah, Alberto, as we mentioned, Lieutenant General Halevi announced his resignation a full 15 months after the October 7th attack. He cited reasons for his resignation, but talk to us about this timing.
Well, the timing makes sense. It's right. There's a ceasefire in Gaza, although a temporary one, a shaky one. There's also a ceasefire in Lebanon. So the tempo of the war has decreased greatly. The Israelis are, exercising the issue of accountability. There was obviously a failure, a tremendous security and military failure on October 7th, and there has to be accountability for it. So I think General Halevi deciding to resign is actually the way things happen. It's the right moment for that to happen.
Yeah, we've seen this new drone footage coming out of Gaza, and it really shows them as, it's complete desolation over there, entire neighborhoods and cities just destroyed. I want to talk about the rebuilding process. I mean, what do you think that looks like? Who's going to do it?
Well, of course, it's shocking and terrible to see those images. Of course, the issue in Gaza has never been money. Gaza was awash in money on October 7th of 2023. The question has been, what is the money used for, and what is the ultimate purpose of ruling Gaza? Is the ruling Gaza to a better life for the people of the Palestinians of Gaza, or is it for it to be a launch pad for an eternal deadly war against Israel? So the money which would come from Gulf states and especially from Qatar is there. The question is, money for what? To what end?
Yeah, and we're going to leave it right there. Alberto, always great to get your insights. We appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you.